Hey there, how's it going? Another combat demo here for you guys today. I'm going to be talking about how melee combat has evolved since it was last shown 2 or 3 months ago. So let's get right into that. First, heavy attack is once again its own button, being the right click by default. Of course, you'll be able to rebind all of these buttons as you see fit, but it'll be right click by default. So left click will launch light attacks, right click will launch heavy attacks. So what does that change from the last video? Well, before you would hold left click, the light attack button, to perform a heavy attack. Now, if you just tap right click, you'll do a heavy attack. And if you hold right click, you'll do a guard break. Holding left click does nothing, it's always a light attack regardless. So holding right click becomes a guard break, and that's kind of more the typical heavy attack that you have to charge in a lot of games that will end up breaking someone's block and all those kind of things. A heavy is, for now, just a slower light attack with more stun, all those kind of little nuances to it. So how does this kind of change the gameplay loop? Well, this is going to allow for you to switch between these light and heavy attacks a lot better. So when you do a heavy attack, it's important to know that it will end your combo. So you'll be doing light attack, light attack, light attack, and a heavy attack, and you end it right there, period. So if I do one light and a heavy, I'm starting another combo when I next light attack. Okay, so a heavy always works as what we call a finisher internally. And also, there's special finishers, which are the uppercut and down slam, which could be performed on your 5th hit, which is the end of a combo, regardless. Like, that's the combo limit. So an uppercut comes as a 5th attack, being a light attack. And then a 5th attack, being a heavy, becomes a down slam. So you can kind of play into, do I want to hit him up, do I want to hit him down? We're not 100% sure on this one. This part of it might change because I'm not super happy with you needing to get to a 5th hit to do a down slam and an uppercut, because that will limit their utility a lot, but we'll see. Previous ideas we had was just like, oh, press space and attack, press space and or press shift and attack. That will do uppercut or down slam. Those were okay, but ultimately felt a little bit janky. We'll see once we get there. Maybe it's something as simple as move towards the enemy, press W and hit, right? So it's a little bit more movement based rather than these kind of up and down, like flying and going down. We'll see. So let's talk about the shoulder camera. It's been improved quite a bit since the last video. Effectively, some of the most important things are just a lot smoother now. It actually orbits the character properly now, as well as, well, there's going to be config later. I'll show a little bit of it just moving on screen, but you're going to be able to control all the axes of its placement, as well as just flip the side easily, which, you could do anyway by just whatever. But point is, it's a lot smoother, a lot less buggy, so it feels a lot better now. I'm pretty happy with combat so far. It's feeling pretty nice. Basically, I've just been polishing it the last little while. I haven't been working on melee a whole lot, truthfully. There was a key for a little while. Then there was just a bunch of stuff with the patch and the event and just all these things that I've been focused on. So melee has not been getting as much focus as I might like, but I'm back to melee now, and I'm going to be working on it and polishing it up. We're going to have an internal alpha here pretty soon with our testing team. And yeah, so we're going to get people hands-on, because at this point it's only been me and some of the other higher up development team members, excuse me. So we're going to get hands-on with the testers, see how they're feeling about it, first impressions, those kind of things. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty happy with it right now. I ended up playing some games like Budokai 3. I think I already mentioned this in a video previous, but I played Budokai 3 for a little bit. Quite enjoyed how that played. I was just jumping around various Dragon Ball games real quick to try and see how it's usually handled. And ironically, a lot of the games end up doing things that just, as far as development goes, end up being way too highbrow. I'm going to be fully honest about that. Like Xenoverse, it gets to a point where you're going to need dozens of animations for this. And if we ever want to do combat styles, it's imperative that there's not 50 animations for every combat style. More like maybe 10 to 20 is what we're looking for each combat style. Just melee punching, right? So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I have some nerd stuff I could get into, but I'm going to actually save the more nerdy smaller things for something like the dev blog, which I did one in July. It's the last video on the channel. You should go check it out if you haven't. There's going to be another one sometime in August, probably mid-August. I'm probably just going to keep that a thing until eventually I move it to the beginning or end of a month. We'll see, but whatever. So there'll be an August dev blog, because I really enjoyed doing that format, and I have some cool things to share when that time comes. But other than that, thank you for watching this video. I'm hard at work on all the stuff with the combat update itself, as well as some stuff for a patch. I said it, I'll say it again. The patches are basically a way to get you guys little changes, quality of life, and little feature additions that would have otherwise waited till an update. Like all of the last patch I released, as well as the new one I'm working on, were all things that literally were going to be in the combat update. And if it was a previous update, they would have waited. But at this point, I'm like, you know what? Let's just see how it goes, releasing features, quality of life, and stuff like that ahead of time. Because why wait? It could be better experience beforehand. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.